You are amazing because you have endured challenges, navigated obstacles, and refused to give up. I think about it for a moment. Life hasn't always been kind. It hasn't handed you everything on a silver platter. Yet, here you are standing, breathing, and still pushing forward. That alone is remarkable. Too often we downplay our own resilience because we focus on the things we haven't achieved or the goals we're still chasing. But the truth is, the strength you've shown in getting through tough times is a testament to just how amazing you truly are. Every person faces moments in life where giving up feels easier than pushing through. Those moments of doubt, fear, or exhaustion whisper lies to us, telling us we aren't enough. But look at the evidence. You faced trials and you're still here. That's a reflection of an inner strength that many people overlook in themselves. It's easy to see the accomplishments of others and forget to recognize the victories in your own story. Maybe your victories didn't make headlines, and maybe no one else noticed them, but they matter. Getting out of bed on a hard day is a victory. Choosing to start again after failing is a victory. Holding on to hope when the world feels heavy is a victory. Your ability to endure doesn't mean you've just survived. It means you've found ways to adapt, grow, and learn. Every challenge you faced has shaped you, teaching you lessons that have prepared you for what's next. Strength isn't just about the big, dramatic wins. It's in the quiet perseverance, the decision to try one more time, and the choice to believe in yourself, even when no one else does. Those moments are where true greatness is forged. I think about all the times you doubted yourself, but kept going anyway. Think about the days you felt like you were running on empty, but still managed to show up for work, your family, or your dreams. That's power. That's resilience. And that's what makes you amazing. Life will always present challenges, but you've proven time and again that you're up to the task. Your survival isn't just a reflection of luck. It's a reflection of the courage you've shown when things got hard. That courage deserves to be acknowledged and celebrated. Too often, we're conditioned to think of amazing as something reserved for other celebrities, geniuses, or people with extraordinary achievements. But the truth is, being amazing is about what's inside of you, not external recognition. It's about the choices you make, the battles you fight, and the strength you summon every day. You've proven your capability over and over again, even when you didn't realize it. Every time you faced something difficult and said, I can do this, you were affirming just how incredible you are. So you might think your struggles are nothing special. But think about the times you were in the trenches of life, uncertain of the outcome, but you still move forward. Those moments defined you. It's easy to dismiss your own resilience because you lived it. But from the outside, anyone who knows your story would see just how much strength it takes to keep showing up. You're not just average. You're not just surviving. You're thriving in ways that deserve recognition. This isn't about perfection. Being amazing isn't about never making mistakes or having it all figured out. It's about perseverance. It's about having the courage to get back up every time you're knocked down. It's about knowing that even when things aren't perfect, you're still moving forward. It's about valuing your journey, including the messy and perfect parts. That's where the beauty lies. The world tries to make us believe we're not enough. Advertisement, social media, and comparison culture can make us feel like we're always falling short. But stop for a moment and look at your life. Look at what you've overcome. Look at what you've achieved, no matter how small it might seem. Those things are proof that you're capable of more than you give yourself credit for. Don't let anyone diminish your story or your strength, especially not yourself. And don't forget, it's okay to acknowledge your struggles. They don't make you weak. They make you human. In fact, they're part of what makes you amazing. It's in the moments when you felt like breaking but chose to bend instead that your greatness shines. Strength doesn't mean you never feel pain or doubt. It means you find ways to move forward in spite of them. You've got to remind yourself every day of just how remarkable you are. You've come too far to downplay your worth. Celebrate the strength that brought you here and use it to propel you forward. You don't need anyone's permission to recognize your own greatness. You don't need validation from the outside world. Look in the mirror and see the person who has faced challenges head on and is still standing. You've already proven so much to yourself, whether you see it or not. Life will keep testing you, but you've shown that you're being sown. Trust in the strength that's carried you this far, and it will carry you even further. You are amazing. Don't forget it. And don't let anyone, including yourself, tell you otherwise. Every day, you have the opportunity to set the tone for your journey by choosing how you speak to yourself. The words you use, the thoughts you focus on, and the mindset you cultivate become the foundation for how you navigate life. Positive self-talk isn't just about shallow affirmations, it's about creating a mental environment that empowers you even in the face of adversity. It's about recognizing that your voice, the one inside your head, is the most consistent and influential voice you will ever hear. What you tell yourself matters because it shapes the lens through which you see the world. Imagine waking up in the morning and your first thoughts are full of doubt or negativity. You tell yourself, I'm not good enough, or I can't handle this. Those thoughts can spiral, shaping your attitude and behavior for the rest of the day. You might hesitate when opportunities arise because your inner dialogue is already whispering that you'll fail. Now, imagine flipping the script. You wake up and say, I've got what it takes, or I'm prepared to face whatever comes my way today. That small shift in language creates a ripple effect that influences your confidence, decision-making, and ability to push through challenges. Self-talk isn't just motivational, it's practical. It affects how you approach your goals, relationships, and setbacks. When you choose empowering language, you're more likely to take action and less likely to give up when things get tough. For example, if you're trying something new and tell yourself, I can learn this, you open the door to growth. But if you say, I'll never get this, you close that door before you even try. The way you speak to yourself directly impacts your resilience and willingness to persevere. You might think, I'm just being realistic by pointing out my flaws. But there's a difference between constructive self-awareness and destructive self-criticism. Acknowledging areas where you can grow is essential, but tearing yourself down is not. Constructive self-talk recognizes the problem, focuses on solutions. I didn't handle that well, but I can improve next time. Destructive self-talk, on the other hand, dwells on the failure. I messed up, and I always mess up. The former empowers you to learn and grow. The latter keeps you stuck in a cycle of negativity. It's not just about the big moments either. Your daily habits of self-talk add up over time. Each time you choose a positive, empowering thought, you're reinforcing a belief in your ability to overcome. Think of it like building a muscle. Every time you lift the mental weight of a positive affirmation, you strengthen your mindset. Over time, that mindset becomes second nature. You start to believe in your potential, not because someone else told you to, but because you consistently told yourself. Of course, developing positive self-talk isn't always easy, especially if you spend yourself harshly. It takes practice and intentionality. Start by becoming aware of your inner dialogue. Pay attention to the words you use when you talk to yourself. Are they kind and encouraging or critical and discouraging? Awareness is the first step to change. Once you notice negative patterns, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or holding me back? If it's holding you back, reframe it. Replace I'll never succeed with success takes time and I'm willing to work for it. It's also important to be specific in your self-talk. Vague affirmations like I'm great might feel empty, but specific statements like I'm capable of handling this project because I've prepared well carry more weight. They're grounded in truth and give you a reason to believe in yourself. Tailor your self-talk to your goals and challenges. If you're facing a tough day, tell yourself I've overcome challenges before and I can do it again. If you're stepping out of your comfort zone, remind yourself growth comes from discomfort and I'm ready for this. Your self-talk can also serve as a shield against external negativity. The world is full of critics and doubters who will try to tell you what you can or can't do. If your inner voice is already full of doubt, those external voices will amplify it. But if your inner dialogue is strong and positive, it will drown out the noise. When someone says you're not capable, your self-talk should immediately counter with, I know what I'm capable of, and I don't need their validation. Another powerful aspect of self-talk is its ability to shift your focus. When you're overwhelmed by problems, your inner dialogue can help you focus on solutions. Instead of saying, this is too much, you can tell yourself, I'll tackle one thing at a time. Instead of dwelling on what's going wrong, you can remind yourself of what's going right. This shift in focus not only improves your mood, but also makes you more effective in dealing with challenges. The way you talk to yourself doesn't just affect your mind, it also impacts your body. Studies have shown that positive self-talk can reduce stress, improve performance, and even boost physical health. When you speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement, you create a sense of calm and control. Your body responds by relaxing, and you're better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. On the other hand, negative self-talk increases stress and tension, making it harder to think clearly and act decisively. Remember, you have the power to be your own biggest cheerleader or your own harshest critic. The choice is yours. Every day you have the opportunity to speak life into your dreams, your goals, and your potential. Don't waste that opportunity by filling your mind with doubt and negativity. Choose words that lift you up, encourage you to keep going, and remind you of your worth. Your self-talk is one of the most powerful tools you have. Use it wisely. Your self-perception has a profound impact on the actions you take and the life you build. Every thought you have about yourself, every belief you hold, contributes to the path you're walking. If you constantly see yourself as inadequate, unworthy, or incapable, those beliefs will seep into your behavior and decisions, holding you back from reaching your full potential. But if you shift your self-perception, if you start seeing yourself as capable, resilient, and valuable, you open up new doors of possibility. Your self-perception becomes your reality, so it's critical to take control of how you see yourself. Think about a time when you doubted your abilities. Maybe you wanted to go after a new job, start a business, or improve a percentage, but something in your mind told you, I'm not good enough. Or that self-perception dictated your actions, didn't it? You hesitated. You let the opportunity pass by. Now imagine if in that same moment you believed in your ability to figure it out, to learn and grow. Even if you didn't have all the answers up front, the belief that you could rise to the challenge would have pushed you to take that first step. Self-perception isn't just about surface level confidence. It's about deeply ingrained beliefs that shape how you navigate the world. If you see yourself as someone who is resourceful and determined, you'll find a way to overcome obstacles. But if you see yourself as someone who is easily defeated, every challenge will feel insurmountable. The way you perceive yourself sets the tone for how you respond to life's ups and downs. Changing your self-perception starts with recognizing the narratives you've been telling yourself. These narratives often come from past experiences, external opinions, or societal expectations. Maybe you were told you'd never be successful, and that belief became a part of your self-perception. Or maybe you've experienced failures, and now you see yourself as someone who always falls short. These narratives are not facts, they're stories. And the good news is you can rewrite them. One way to rewrite your self-perception is to focus on your strengths and achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Instead of dwelling on the times you fell short, remind yourself of the times you succeeded. Maybe you faced a tough situation and came out stronger. Maybe you helped someone when they needed it most. These moments are proof of your resilience, kindness, and capability. They're evidence that you are more than your mistakes or limitations. It's also important to surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. The voices around you influence how you see yourself. If you're constantly around people who belittle you or doubt you, it's easy to internalize those opinions. But when you're surrounded by people who believe in you, encourage you, and celebrate your growth, it's easier to see yourself in a positive light. Be intentional about your relationships and seek out those who see your potential. Another powerful way to reshape your self-perception is to take action. Often we wait for confidence to appear before we step out of our comfort zones, but confidence grows through action. Each time you face a fear, take a risk, or try something new, you prove to yourself that you are capable. These small wins add up, gradually changing how you see yourself. You start to believe, if I can handle that, I can handle this too. Taking action, even when you feel uncertain, is one of the most effective ways to build a stronger self-perception. Self-perception also thrives on consistency. It's not enough to tell yourself, I'm capable once and then fall back into old habits of self-doubt. You have to reinforce positive beliefs every day. Practice affirmations, visualize your success, and remind yourself of your worth regularly. Over time, these consistent efforts will create lasting change in how you see yourself. It's important to acknowledge that reshaping your self-perception is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when self-doubt creeps back in, and that's okay. Growth is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. When you catch yourself falling into negative patterns, Take a moment to pause and redirect your thoughts. Remind yourself of your progress and recommit to seeing yourself in a positive light. Your self-perception also impacts how you treat others. When you see yourself as valuable, you're more likely to treat others with kindness and respect because you're not operating from a place of insecurity. You're not trying to prove yourself or seek validation. You're simply showing up as your authentic self, and that authenticity is magnetic. People are drawn to those who exude self-confidence and self-respect because it inspires them to do the same. Moreover, your self-perception influences the opportunities you attract. When you believe in your worth, you're more likely to pursue opportunities that align with your goals and values. You're less likely to settle for less than you deserve, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal growth. On the other hand, if you see yourself as unworthy, you might hesitate to chase after what you truly want, thinking it's out of reach. The way you see yourself sets the standard for what you accept in life. Ultimately, reshaping your self-perception is about reclaiming your power. It's about deciding that you are more than your past, more than your mistakes, and more than the limitations others have placed on you. It's about stepping into your full potential and recognizing that you have the ability to create a life that reflects your true worth. You are the author of your story, and you have the power to write a narrative that empowers you. It all starts with how you see yourself. Strength is forged in the moments when life tries to break you. Your journey through adversity reveals your character and resilience. Life doesn't promise comfort, nor does it guarantee a smooth ride. It's in the challenges, the storms, and the moments when you feel like giving up that you discover your true strength. Those are the moments that test your determination, your grit, and your will to rise above. Strength isn't about never feeling weak. It's about what you choose to do when you feel weak. Think about the times when you face obstacles that seem insurmountable. Maybe it was a personal loss, a professional setback, or a struggle within yourself. Those moments likely left you questioning your abilities, maybe even your purpose. But here's the truth. You survived. You made it through. Even if it felt like the world was against you, there's a part of you that refused to quit. The part of you, the part that kept going, is your strength. It's always been there, even if you didn't realize it at the time. Strength isn't about perfection or having all the answers. It's about persistence. It's about showing up even when you're tired, discouraged, or afraid. Each time you push forward, despite the odds, you build resilience. It's like lifting weights. The more resistance you face, the stronger you become. Adversity doesn't define you. How you respond to it does. And every time you choose to keep moving forward, you're proving to yourself and the world that you are unshakable. Sometimes finding your strength means letting go of the things that weigh you down. It's not about carrying every burden on your shoulders or solving every problem on your own. True strength comes from knowing when to let go of what no longer serves you. That might mean walking away from toxic relationships, releasing self-doubt, or forgiving yourself for past mistakes. Letting go isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. It's recognizing that your energy is precious and choosing to invest it in things that align with your growth and purpose. Strength also comes from leaning on others when you need to. Asking for help isn't a sign of failure, it's a sign of courage. No one achieves greatness alone, and there's no shame in admitting when you need support. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a family member, surrounding yourself with people who believe in you can make all the difference. Their encouragement can remind you of your worth when you forget, and their perspective can help you see the light when things feel dark. Another key to discovering your strength is changing the way you view failure. Failure isn't the end, it's a lesson. It's a stepping stone to growth. When you fail, you're not being defeated, you're being taught. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to adjust, and to come back stronger. So instead of fearing failure, embrace it. Let it teach you, let it shape you. And most importantly, let it propel you forward. The strongest people aren't those who avoid failure. They're the ones who refuse to be defined by it. Your mindset plays a massive role in your strength. If you tell yourself that you're weak, unworthy, or incapable, those beliefs will hold you back. But if you start telling yourself, I can handle this, I am resilient, and I am worthy, you'll begin to see yourself in a new light. Positive self-talk isn't just a motivational tool. It's a way to reprogram your brain to see possibilities instead of limitations. The words you speak to yourself matter, so choose them wisely. Taking care of your physical and mental health is another way to build your strength. Your body and mind are your greatest tools. And when they're in good shape, you're better equipped to handle life's challenges. Exercise, eat well, get enough sleep, and make time for self-care. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. You can't pour from an empty cup, so prioritize your well-being. Strength isn't always loud or flashy. Sometimes it's quiet. It's in the small moments when you choose to get out of bed despite feeling overwhelmed. It's in the deep breaths you take when anxiety threatens to consume you. It's in the decision to keep trying even when the odds are stacked against you. Strength doesn't have to look a certain way. It just has to be real. And if you look closely, you'll see it in yourself, even in your darkest moments. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Life will challenge you sometimes in ways you never expected. But within every challenge lies an opportunity to grow, to rise, and to prove to yourself just how powerful you are. You've faced hard times before, and you've come out on the other side. Those experiences didn't break you, they built you. They prepared you for the road ahead. So when life gets tough, don't let it discourage you. Let it remind you of your strength. You are capable of more than you know. Strength isn't about being unbreakable, it's about being unyielding. It's about refusing to give up on yourself, no matter how hard things get. Life will test you, but you have everything you need to pass those tests. Trust yourself. Believe in your ability to persevere. And never, ever underestimate the power of your own resilience. You are stronger than you think, and the world is waiting to see what you're capable of. The company you keep significantly impacts the person you become, and this truth cannot be overstated. Relationships are not just social constructs. They are environments that shape your mindset, influence your habits, and determine the trajectory of your life. If you're surrounded by people who doubt, discourage, or diminish you, they will subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, stunt your growth. On the other hand, being around individuals who challenge, inspire, and uplift you can elevate your perspective and push you toward greatness. Recognizing the power of your circle is one of the most transformative realizations you can have. Imagine you're striving to achieve a big dream, but the people closest to you are constantly planting seeds of doubt. They might not say it outright, but their lack of enthusiasm, dismissive comments, or passive negativity can chip away at your confidence. Over time, even the most determined individuals can start questioning their abilities when surrounded by skepticism. This is why evaluating the energy and messages you allow into your life is critical. Those who can't see your vision or appreciate your ambition might unintentionally hold you back simply because they lack the perspective to understand what drives you. It's not about cutting ties with everyone who doesn't share your goals, but it is about being mindful of the influence they have on you. Take a moment to assess the people in your life. Do they encourage you when things get tough? Or do they give you reasons to quit? Are they celebrating your wins, no matter how small? Or do they downplay your achievements? Honest answers to these questions will reveal who in your life truly supports you and who might be keeping you stagnant. And remember, support doesn't always mean agreement. Sometimes the best people in your life will challenge you to think bigger, work harder, or pivot when something isn't working. The people you surround yourself with act like mirrors, reflecting certain aspects of yourself back to you. If you spend most of your time with driven, optimistic, and ambitious individuals, their energy will inspire you to adopt similar traits. You'll find yourself wanting to rise to their level, not because of competition, but because of the contagious nature of their excellence. Conversely, if your circle is filled with negativity, complacency, and excuses, it becomes much harder to break out of those patterns. The habits and attitudes of those around you seep into your consciousness more than you might realize. One of the most empowering steps you can take is to seek out individuals who embody the qualities and values you aspire to develop. These are the people who are unafraid to dream big, who understand the importance of hard work, and who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Their presence in your life will push you to operate at a higher level because they won't let you shrink yourself to make them comfortable. In fact, they'll demand that you grow not for their benefit, but because they see your potential and want you to realize it fully. It's also essential to be the kind of person who contributes positively to the circles you're a part of. Relationships are not one-sided, they require mutual investment. If you want friends who inspire, challenge, and uplift you, you must also strive to inspire, challenge, and uplift them. Be a source of encouragement, a voice of reason, a pillar of strength for the people in your life. When you contribute value to your relationships, you naturally attract others who are also willing to do the same. The more intentional you are about what you bring to the table, the more fulfilling your connections will be. Sometimes auditing your circle means making difficult decisions. There may be people in your life who, while not malicious, are no longer aligned with the direction you're heading. These individuals might be content with staying in their comfort zones or might inadvertently discourage you from stepping into your full potential. Letting go of such relationships doesn't mean you don't care about these people. It simply means you're choosing to prioritize your growth. Growth often requires pruning, just as a gardener trims branches to encourage healthier growth in a tree. This process of reevaluating your relationships also teaches you to set boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to your energy, time, and attention. Boundaries are not about isolation, but about creating space for the right connections to flourish. When you set clear boundaries, you're not just protecting yourself, you're also setting an example of self-respect that others will either honor or disqualify themselves from. Boundaries empower you to focus on what truly matters, ensuring that your energy is directed toward relationships that nurture your growth. Ultimately, the quality of your relationships directly impacts the quality of your life. If you want to soar, you need to surround yourself with people who won't clip your wings. They'll be the ones cheering the loudest when you succeed and offering support when you stumble. They'll remind you of your worth when you doubt yourself and encourage you to keep going when the road gets tough. These are the relationships worth cultivating because they add immeasurable value to your journey. It's worth remembering that you have the power to choose your circle. You're not obligated to stay in relationships that drain you or limit your potential. Life is too short and too precious to spend it surrounded by negativity or mediocrity. Seek out those who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be your best self. And just as importantly, strive to be that person for others. Together, you'll create a circle that not only uplifts, but also transforms. When we talk about managing relationships and understanding the dynamics of our circles, one crucial point is understanding that not every person in your life is meant to stay forever. Some individuals are meant to teach you lessons, some are there to challenge you, and others are there to help you grow. But it's equally important to recognize when a relationship has run its course or when someone's presence in your life is hindering your progress instead of supporting it. This is not about blame or judgment, it's about discernment and prioritizing your growth. One of the hardest lessons to learn is that some people, no matter how much you love them or wish the best for them, will not change. They might remain stuck in their ways, clinging to toxic habits or mindsets that don't align with the path you're walking. It doesn't mean they're bad people, it simply means their journey is different from yours. And while it's natural to want to help them or hope that they'll evolve with you, there comes a time when you must accept that their unwillingness to grow can hold you back. This is where the concept of detachment becomes vital. Detachment doesn't mean cutting someone off with anger or resentment. It means releasing the emotional expectation that they'll change or become someone they're not ready to be. It's about accepting people for who they are without compromising who you are in the process. This shift in mindset allows you to approach relationships with a sense of peace rather than frustration. You're no longer trying to force something that isn't meant to be, and you're freeing yourself to focus on what truly matters. Another important element of this process is understanding the difference between loyalty and enabling. Loyalty is standing by someone's side through challenges and hardships, encouraging them to be their best selves. Enabling, on the other hand, is supporting behaviors or attitudes that are destructive to them and potentially to you. It's easy to confuse the two, especially when emotions are involved, but being loyal doesn't mean you have to tolerate negativity or allow someone's issues to disrupt your life. True loyalty involves accountability, honesty, and a willingness to address difficult truths, even if it's uncomfortable. When you decide to step away from toxic or limited relationships, It's not just about removing negativity, it's about creating space for positivity to enter your life. Picture your energy and time as finite resources like a glass of water. If you're constantly pouring into relationships that don't reciprocate or nurture you, you'll eventually find yourself drained. By letting go of those connections, you're allowing yourself to pour into relationships that are mutually fulfilling and supportive. You're also giving yourself the freedom to explore new opportunities and connections that align with your values and aspirations. It's also important to understand that your growth may make some people uncomfortable. When you start setting boundaries, pursuing your dreams, or changing old patterns, not everyone will celebrate your transformation. Some might feel threatened, envious, or even betrayed because your growth highlights areas where they're stagnant. This reaction is not a reflection of your worth or choices, it's a reflection of their inner struggles. Recognizing this can help you approach these situations with compassion, but it doesn't mean you should dim your light to make them comfortable. Stepping away from certain relationships also teaches you about self-reliance and inner strength. When you're no longer dependent on others for validation or support, you begin to tap into your own power. You learn to trust yourself, make decisions based on your values, and stand firm in your convictions. This independence doesn't mean you don't value relationships. It means you're building them from a place of strength rather than need. You're not looking for someone to complete you. You're looking for individuals who complement your journey. Detaching from unhelpful relationships can also have a ripple effect on your mental and emotional well-being. When you remove sources of stress, negativity, or doubt, you're creating an environment where mind and spirit can thrive. You'll find yourself with more energy to invest in your passions, more clarity to set meaningful goals, and more resilience to overcome challenges. The absence of toxic energy allows you to focus on what truly matters, which is your growth, purpose, and happiness. One of the most empowering aspects of this journey is realizing that you're not alone. While you may let go of some relationships, you'll also attract new connections that align with your vision and values. These individuals will support your growth, celebrate your successes, and encourage you during setbacks. They'll understand your struggles because they've either been there themselves or are walking a similar path. Surrounding yourself with like-minded, growth-oriented people creates a sense of community and belonging that's both uplifting and motivating. Finally, stepping away from certain relationships can inspire others to take a closer look at their own lives. When you prioritize your growth, set boundaries, and strive for excellence, you become an example of what's possible. Your actions might encourage others to evaluate their own relationships, habits, and goals, sparking a ripple effect of positive change. While this shouldn't be your primary motivation, it's a powerful reminder that your journey has the potential to impact others in meaningful ways. In the end, letting go of relationships that no longer serve you is not an act of selfishness. It's an act of self-love and self-respect. It's a commitment to living authentically, pursuing your dreams, and surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. It's about understanding that you deserve to be in environments that nurture your growth and happiness. And it's about trusting that as you make space for the right connections, your life will align with the greatness you're meant to achieve.